Thank you once again for joining me today. When I present these 820 episodes to you, please keep this in mind. I talk about or ask you the question about what drives you, and I'm trying to get you to ask those questions and then to start defining what drives you, and more importantly, what you decide on as your beauty, your internal beauty, not your external beauty, not what you wear or what you have on your feet. What drives you internally, that is your beauty. And beauty inspires productivity. This is the importance to define what drives you in your presence and its currency to produce the purpose and message that is your own. Every 820 episode intends to remind you of just that, to guide you, to support and suggest to you the direction and depth of your resilience. I cannot change your life, but I do guarantee to change your perspective on this present moment. I hope you know where your heart is. If you don't know where your heart is, let's keep it at 820. Let's talk about the problem with expectation, or of the reliance on it thereof. Like tradition and history and quote unquote management. Almost like more and better. A knee-jerk response and default to that unnecessary comparison to or competition with this to that or that to this. Let's evolve from the disappointment and towards resilience, shall we? Disappointment is a close, very close relative to expectation. This outward seeking of safety and courage and humility, that is kind of like the gist and the essence of disappointment and expectation. You will not find or sustain that quality or beauty from out there. You may see or glimpse it in passing or from afar, or something you might want. But I would say and observe you're missing the opportunity from right where you are, where you can observe and appreciate that for and within yourself now. So actually, and for context, that unnecessary process called expectation occupied the center of the resilience model that I spoke of in the book. And I was doing it in earlier episodes. In the book itself, that I had to rewrite many times, the center of the model for resilience was observation, expectation, and then communication. That was the main model of the book. And I have the written proof as part of that journey. One of the previously completed and printed versions of the book contained that lengthy discussion and defense of expectation. But after many years and rewrites and re-edits, and maybe getting off my own high horse of what I thought was the answer, I finally learned of the inadequacy and uselessness of that effort called expectation. I started to re-examine expectation and its relatives, its close relatives of disappointment, tradition, and management, and its parents of ego and fear, from the family of arrogance and vanity. So, with my refined intention for simplicity and my contextual reference on resilience and self-discovery, I could not appreciate the value of those diversions and distractions away from what I come to embrace fully, the daily positive, yes, and love possibilities in this moment and in this day. I observe the importance of focus and the priority and urgency of this present moment. The world and the reliance on expectation only serve to graft out, take away from your attention and awareness from our source, our beauty, our common strengths, instead of our marginal differences and our usual default to competition, comparison, more, better, extra shit. So I say all that to welcome you to your best called now, to your best called here, called the present moment with all that brought you here, that insisted for you to exist here and now. I only ask you to recognize this moment. Yes, this moment in time with me and these waning 500 seconds as the best you can ever experience in now. Let go of expectation. Like tomorrow. Let go of tomorrow. Even the concept of tomorrow. Let go of that. It will never get here. You and your perfect, however, is present and current right here, right now. Sure, maybe if you're like me, you might feel like I'm too fat, I'm too slow, I don't have this, I don't have that. Again, as I mentioned earlier, that's the outside. Those are the marginal aspects of you. Let's rescind that focus that's going to get better. What's outside of you. What's inside of you is more important to me. And I hope you can at least accept that possibility, that change of perspective in this present moment. Okay, you don't have the $1 million bank account. You don't have the car. You don't have the woman. You don't have the guy. Whatever you're looking for. But what about, did you look inside of you? Not that you don't need a man. Not that you don't need a woman. Not that you don't need a partner. But I submit to you, bear with me, I think you do need you. And in my proposition on the entire discussion about resilience, in the episodes and in the book, I'm asking you to self-discover what you do have. And for me, what I find is common to all of us, this quality, this value of resilience that we all have, that I implore you to look into it. Look into you for that power and force that should give you the answers to your question about what does drive you. Don't take my word for it, but ask the questions, please. Stay present. Stay current. No matter where you are in this world, believe me, it's always 820.